All right, everybody, this is Foodie Dean, and I have a special treat for you today. And if you've never had this, this is definitely going to go ahead and change your way of thinking of bacon, because what we're doing today is we're going to be making a homemade bacon. If you've never had that, then you're in definitely for a treat. So what we have here is we have 2 pork bellies, and these pork bellies, you can see, they are with the skin removed. So you can go to the butcher. Sometimes not the easiest thing to find, but you have to go ahead and look around a little bit and you'll be able to find it. Now, what we're doing here is this is just the raw pork belly, and we have to go ahead and brine it and cure it. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do, and go over the process of actually doing that. We're going to do 2 different versions here. And again, you can do any flavor or whatever combinations you want. We're going to do this one here with an actual natural maple syrup. So we're going to do it with real maple syrup. And then we're going to do it up on Applewood. So we're going to smoke it up on Applewood. The second one here, we're going to do it with brown sugar. And of course the salt, and what we're using is the kosher salt. So this is the kosher salt that we have over here. We have the brown sugar, which we have here, we're going to go ahead and use. And then for the other one, we have our maple syrup that we're going to use. So this is going to be for this one here. And the next item that we're also going to use that is optional, totally up to you, and that is here what they're going to call the paint curing salt. Or the Parade powder. And this is, again, some people just do not want to use it, so you don't have to do it. It's more of a preservative, and it gives it a little bit of a color to your bacon. But again, if you want to do no nitrates, because this is what it is it has a nitrate in it, so you don't have to use it, but totally up to you. It just gives a color and preserves the bacon. But I'm telling you this much, this bacon, I guarantee you, it's not going to last. So we're going to go through the curing process. We're going to put it into Ziploc bags, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and then it's going to cure in there anywhere minimum for 5 days, all the way up to 7 days. And every day we're going to flip it in the refrigerator, and you'll see that process. And at the end of 7 days, we're going to put it on the smoker, smoke it, and then the fun part comes. So let's go ahead and get the brine together. And we got our measuring cups here, and we're going to go ahead and put a half a cup of each of the salt, and then a half a cup of the brown sugar. So here we go. Put a half a cup there. We're going to get the brown sugar. Open this one up. We'll get the brown sugar in there. Again, that's about a half a cup there. So we can set this to the side, and then now we can start mixing this. And again, if you want to use a curing salt or not, that's totally up to you. On this particular one here, I'm going to do it, and on the other one I may not. So we'll go ahead and do one each way, and just kind of get, you know, the different way of doing it. And this, again, we're just going to use like a 1/4 teaspoon. So here, just a very small amount of it. Let's put that in here. Let's get it all mixed in here, and then we'll get this whole process started. Okay, so we got everything mixed up here. We're ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the pork belly and then put it into a Ziploc bag, so we can actually do the brining in there and keep everything nice and clean in our refrigerator. I've done that. So then now what I'm going to do is put some of this mixture in here, and then go ahead and spread it throughout there. Make sure it's all nicely covered with it. I'll get a little bit more here. Everything is coated, all the sides, all over, completely. Now I'm going to take it, flip it over, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And again, spread it all around. Make sure all the sides, everything is covered. And then once we get in here, we're going to close up the bag and spread it out some more. But for right now, everything is covered in the brown sugar and the kosher salt. So we got that. So we'll flip this one here over. we'll get this one there. This one is ready to go. And then we're gonna move on to the second one that we have here, that we're gonna do the maple on this one. So if we take the bag, flip it over a little bit so that way your Ziploc doesn't get dirty and seals, because you don't want this leaking inside your refrigerator. So again, we'll go ahead and put this here in the bag. And then we'll put our salt, mix the kosher salt in there. Pour that one in here. Again, spread it all around, nice and covered, edges, everything. We're gonna flip it over. Do the same thing here up on this side. The only thing different that we're going to do on this one is we're going to actually add the maple syrup. So I got 100% natural maple syrup. I'm going to open this one up. Pour the maple syrup in here. And again, we're going to flip it over. And there we go. Take this, flip it. We can seal it, spread it around, make sure everything is coated. Up onto the other side. And then now, like I said, we're gonna put this into the refrigerator for 5 to 7 days. And then every day, we're gonna flip it back and forth. So that way all the juices and everything are released, because this pork belly is gonna release a lot of juices, and it's going to absorb all of the curing salt. So I know it's a long process, but good things come to those who wait. So we need to have patience, and I guarantee you this is going to be the best bacon that you've ever tried in your life. And the first couple of times I did it, I thought, oh yes, I made too much, and everybody just came, and it was just the greatest gift out there to give somebody. So again, something that is very, very special, I think. And then later, once we get it on the smoker and everything, we'll talk a little bit more about slicing it and the positives of that also. So I don't want to get into that, but I'll see you guys in about 7 days once this is done with the brining process, and we'll go on to the next step. So let's have a good day. See you guys in 7 days. All right, so now we've had the bacon brining and curing for 7 days. And if you can see, all of the juices and liquids have come up out of the bacon slabs. But again, they've been sitting in the cure with the salt and the sugar, and then here with the maple syrup and the cure thing. So now what we're gonna have to do is we need to take them into the sink, rinse off all that salt, and take them out and get them to the smoker. So let me go ahead and show you how we're gonna rinse them off over here. All right, so here, we're gonna take the slab out. You can see, and then we're going to rinse them all off. So rinse, get off all the salt, and then get these ready for the smoker. So you can see it's already starting to look like bacon. So we're going to get it here. We're going to start soaking it, and then we're going to get the smoker ready, and we're going to be smoking it today in Applewood. So while this while this sits here for about 5 minutes taking the salt off, we're going to get the smoker ready. All right, so we put both bacon slabs into the pit smoker, and we've changed out the pellets and actually put Applewood. So we're going to be smoking them in Applewood today. I did put them on the top rack if you have one, just to go ahead and keep it away from the heat. And as you see, the smoke start coming out, and it absolutely smells beautiful. And I know this has got a long way to go still, but there's nothing but flavor that's going to be getting into these slabs here. So you can start seeing the smoke. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and close the lid and probably give them at least 2 hours of smoke, if not a little bit more. So already smelling delicious. I'm definitely excited and can't wait to have breakfast tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning happens to be Foodie Dean's birthday. So what a great breakfast for Foodie Dean's birthday. So hopefully you guys can go ahead and share some of that. And as you see, it's already dark here tonight. But it's okay, because we're going to have an amazing breakfast. So let me go ahead and get this lid closed, and we'll be back soon. All right, so now we're about 2.5 hours in. About 2.5 hours in smoking, and it's definitely really late, so we're going to open it up. We reach the temperature here about 155, 165, and let's go ahead and look at these. If you could look, they've gotten a nice beautiful golden color, and I definitely think they're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and look at that one. We're going to go ahead and pull these off and let them cool down, and then we can slice them up for breakfast. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours for breakfast.